Hello, I'm Elaine Triplett and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to make a burger that's healthful and it is vegan, and it's basically made with beans, rice, and oats, and then we can do whatever else we want to it to change it up, whatever flavor. This one we're going to make is going to be like a Southwestern Burger, and it's going to have corn in it. Okay, so the first thing you do is you take 1 can of beans, red kidney beans, and that's the basis of all of these recipes, and then variations add different kinds of beans like pinto for Mexican and black bean for Southwest. And
I noticed this one is a tri-bean blend.
Yes, it is.
Red kidney beans.
Yes, it is. And that's my cameraman Timothy talking. That's because I don't have any red kidney beans, so I'm just using that one, which has got lots of red kidney beans in it.
Okay.
And pinto beans and a few black beans. So it's very tasty. So you start out with your beans and you mash them with this kind of a potato masher or bean masher, or the kind that has the grids, the square grids. So you mash them by hand, and do not put them in a food processor or a blender or something to mash them, because that'll be way too much and they'll come out too smooth and loose. The burgers will. So you mash them by hand, and we got this done pretty well. The next ingredients are the cooked rice. I cooked my rice in my Instant Pot, which makes it really handy. And that was done ahead of time, a couple days ago, and I keep the rice in the fridge. I have my Instant Pot insert, and when the rice is cooked and cooled off, I put this little lid thing on it, and I put it in the refrigerator. It's all sealed. Can you see that? It's sealed.
Wow.
You put that in the refrigerator, and you always have rice ready anytime you need it for a recipe. I like to keep that ready. So we've got our mashed beans. Next thing we add is 1/2 cup of rice. Now this is only going to make about 4 burgers, so this is like for a single person or a couple of people. And you can make the double batch, which would be 2 cans of beans and 1 cup of rice and 1 cup of oats. But this is 1 can of beans, 1/2 cup of cooked rice, and 1/2 cup of rolled oats. So you put those in, and then I could probably get rid of my masher now, but I'm kind of using it for a spoon right now. And stir that up. Okay, so now we mix this together really well. And then we're going to need to moisten it. So to moisten it, you use salsa. There's different variations on the different flavors that you want to use. If you're doing an Italian one, you're going to use tomato sauce. And
some Italian seasonings.
Yes, that was the Italian one, but we're not doing an Italian one. So this moistener, and if you're doing oh yeah, that's right. Don't go away, cameraman, stay where you are. Since we're making a Southwest Burger one, we're not going to use salsa. We're going to use barbecue sauce. And what I have here is 365 from Whole Foods Market. Kansas City Love barbecue sauce. It's organic. And the ingredients are tomato paste, water, organic apple cider vinegar, organic brown sugar. Yes, it has a little brown sugar, but that's okay. We're only using a little bit. Organic distilled white vinegar, and so forth and so on. Anyway, it's really good barbecue sauce. Makes a really good Southwest burger. And we'll want 2 tablespoons in there. And this is going to be our moistener. So now if we were doing Mexican burger, we would use salsa of some kind that's got the right ingredients. So here we come. Whoa, that's 1. It's a heaping 1. There we go. That's less heaping 1. Okay. So that is, okay. That's our moistener. So this basic recipe is always the same amount of, the same proportions of rice and oats and beans. So for every 1 can of beans, it's half a cup of rice and half a cup of oats. So if you use 2 cans of beans, it's 1 cup of rice and 1 cup of oats. And that's the basis, and then everything else are the things that you add to make it whatever flavoring you want. I'm going to add a little garlic powder. You don't have to measure, just shake some in. I'm going to add some corn. I'm going to make it more Southwesterly.
How much corn?
This is half a cup of corn.
Okay, thank you.
So this is it. It's very moist. It's got lots of goodies in it. And this is some Southwest Chipotle. This is Dash. It smells good. And I'm not going to shake it in like that. Shake a little bit in, not too much. We already got the barbecue sauce. But you can put any kind of seasonings you want in there. Make sure your hands are clean. So the last thing you do is after it's all, you can see how moist it is and it's holding together. The last thing you do is you press it into the bottom of your bowl. Just flatten it out like it's a pie in there or something. And then we're going to divide this into 4 or 5 burgers. I think I'll just do 4. So this is the purpose of pressing it in. Yeah. And so you can divide it. When it's a double batch, of course, it'll be higher up in the bowl, in which case you would divide it into 8s, and you'd have 8 burgers. But we divided it into 4. We have a platter. I'm just going to put parchment paper down on the bottom of it. You don't have to do that, but I'm doing it basically because my platter is so dark. It's a dinner plate is what it is. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's holding together really well. And then 1. You roll them together. Hey, you can even make Italian meatballs with the Italian recipe. Of course, it wouldn't be this big, but you would just roll it in a ball. And then you cook them, grill them. What we use to cook them on is a non-stick pan on medium heat. You know it's hot enough when, that's number 2. Here comes number 3. You'll know it's hot enough. You just put it on medium heat with nothing on it, and then you take a little, you have your burgers are already ready before you do this. And then you take a little bit of water on your fingers and splatter it into the pan. And when it sizzles, you know it's that it is hot enough. You don't want it too hot, your outside of your burger will burn. So medium heat is fine. Looks like Timothy and I are going to have burgers for lunch tomorrow.
Yummy.
I'm looking forward to it now. I'll have to go get some slicer tomatoes because we like our burgers with green lettuce like romaine lettuce or green leaf lettuce, and nice big slice of tomato and some slice of Texas 1015 sweet onions in there. Maybe a little mustard or ketchup or both. And mayo if we happen to make our mayo recipe, but I think I won't do that tomorrow.
Any suggestions for the buns?
Buns, let's see, who makes buns? Alvarado Street Bakery makes buns. Ezekiel 49 makes buns.
Oh, those are both
Just
good.
the good quality bread that's flourless is great. Sprouted whole grain is great. The next step, I'm going to wash my hands, but the next step is these go into the refrigerator just like they are on the plate. You put them in the refrigerator for 10 minutes. And 10 minutes in the fridge, and then they're ready to grill. You have to let them sit for 10 minutes. It helps them congeal, helps the oats be a binding agent. So that's what you do. Southwest Burgers. Yum. Thank you.